All right, Chris, we'll check back. Back now to the breaking news on the Delphi murder trial. The Indiana Supreme Court had reinstated the suspect's original defense team.
The court announced their ruling just hours after a hearing ended this morning, and Special Judge Fran Gohl removed Bradley Rozzi and Andrew Baldwin in October after an evidence leak. Now,
Allen's attorneys had also asked the Supreme Court to remove the special judge from the case, but that request was denied. CBS 4's Eric Graves was in the courtroom. He joins us now with more on really a pivotal day in court. Eric?
There's so much going on right now, Bob. The Chief Justice of the Indiana Supreme Court said her decision would come down soon, but I don't think anyone expected it to be less than 4 hours after the hearing ended.
In a case with no shortage of twists and turns, the Indiana Supreme Court set out to restore some order Thursday.
My concern is getting this case back on track.
Just a few short hours after court adjourned, the Indiana Supreme Court passed down its decisions. Richard Allen's preferred defense team of Bradley Rozzi and Andrew Baldwin back on the case, and Judge Fran Gohl will stay on the case. Allen's original team of Rozzi and Baldwin were removed by Judge Gohl in October after an evidence leak. Today, they were in the front row of the Indiana Supreme Court as attorney Mark Lehman claimed Judge Gohl overstepped her authority in removing the chosen defense team for Allen.
There is no evidence of incompetence, certainly no evidence of trial incompetence.
Lehman even read from the letter Allen wrote to Gohl after the evidence leak, saying he wanted to stick with Rozzi and Baldwin.
I want Mr. Baldwin and Mr. Rozzi to continue to represent me until this case is resolved one way or the other.
Attorney Matt Gutwine says Gohl did not abuse the court discretion, removing Allen's attorney, saying the judge has authority to find possibility of ineffectiveness. Gohl had earlier called Rozzi and Baldwin grossly negligent.
The trial court has significant latitude to prophylactically prevent a violation of Mr. Allen's constitutional right to effective assistance of counsel.
Chief Justice Loretta Rush asked several pointed questions about how the removal of Rozzi and Baldwin went down, behind closed doors and not in a hearing.
There's a way that you do it, and it does not appear this was done the proper way. You're supposed to have a hearing.
In the end, the high court sided with Allen's attorneys in one of the major factors, reinstating Rozzi and Baldwin. The court denied the removal of Gohl and a speedy trial.
It is worth mentioning the Supreme Court appointed Judge Gohl. They now have overruled her in this order by putting these attorneys back on the case.
So bottom line, I mean, the defense attorneys won some major victories, but they didn't get everything they wanted today.
No, they did not. I mean, they wanted a speedy trial. That means from today, that would have been 70 days to the trial. We now think it will revert back to this October 2024 date. Who knows if that actually happens or if that date is moved. They also wanted Judge Gohl removed. We know that's not happening either.
No speedy trial, but a very speedy decision by the Supreme Court today.
I mean, 4 hours, like we talked about earlier. There's not a precedent for this, but it's definitely quick.
Not anything anyone imagined at this point.
Yes.
All right,
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you so much. And as we mentioned earlier, prosecutors in the Delphi case have filed additional charges against the suspect, Richard Allen. He was previously charged with 2 counts of felony murder. Today, the Carroll County prosecutor filed additional charges against him. Allen now faces 2 more counts of murder, as well as 2 felony counts of kidnapping. It's unclear why prosecutors decided to file these new charges today.
It's a lot to take in. You can watch the entire arguments laid out in the Supreme Court chambers and read reaction from the experts to all these new developments of the Delphi case. Look for our coverage online at cbs4indy.com. More breaking news now at